Capital Territory. He disclosed this in Abuja while on a courtesy visit to the Finance Minister, an effort to increase internally generated revenue in order to deliver better services to the people of Niger State. The Finance Minister assured that government would do all in its power to correct this error by setting up a reconciliation between both states to remit taxes correctly.
Over 95,000 workers in Abuja reside within Niger State, both in the public and private sector. However, their taxes are not paid to us. Their taxes go to Federal Capital Territory. This is something we feel we should correct. It has affected us tremendously. Our infrastructure is in complete decay, and without revenues or without funding, we find it very difficult to cope with how we can maintain our basic infrastructures, our health facilities, our educational structures, our social structures have all been in comatose for some years now. I don't believe we should take what is not due to us, but I also strongly believe that what is due to us should be given to us. We do not intend to take what is not due to us.
1 billion a month is a lot of money to be deducted from people who reside in Niger and to be paid in error to the FCT. This is a government of fairness, and this is a law-abiding and law-respecting government. It's also a government that has put tax collection on the front burner in the Nigerian discourse. And one of the fundamental issues with tax payment is there must be a link between tax payment and services. That is, the person who is paying the tax must see the services they're getting. What I can commit to is that this government will uphold the law. And Section 41 of the Personal Income Tax Act is very clear. Taxes are paid to the state where the taxpayer resides, not where they work.
The Nigerian Society of Engineers says the federal government is yet to fully implement its local content laws in contract awards and agreements. Members say this is negatively affecting indigenous companies and other business concerns. Business reporter Barakal Okuta has the rest of the story.
The Local Content Act, initiated by the federal government, is aimed at deepening inputs of indigenous engineers, especially as it relates to contract agreements. While the oil and gas sector now enjoys the participation of locals, engineering practitioners say they are yet to feel the impact. These, amongst other issues, were brought to the front burner at this gathering of the Apapa branch of the Nigerian Society of Engineers.
The issue of local content was first pioneered by the Nigerian Society of Engineers. But somewhere along the line, I think we missed it. We missed it because of some selfish interest, not because they don't know what to do. The frameworks are there. The modalities are there, but because some powerful interests came in, we got some issues. But we are still working and talking with the stakeholders, talking to national assemblies for appropriate legislations on all these issues. We will get there.
There is an existing policy on local content where a certain percentage of work engineering job is designed for the local contractors, for the local engineers. But today, we see somehow, whether in error or whatever policy, we will see over and over again, this policy is not being observed fully. So this is not good enough. Government must do more to encourage the local content practice in engineering.
The theme of this gathering is engineering practice in the fourth dimension, leadership or followership, and it afforded discussants the opportunity to proffer solutions to some of the challenges facing the sector.
Most people are accustomed to 3 dimensions. The hyperbole for fourth dimension is that we have to stop thinking the way we have been thinking. We have to start to practice differently than the way we have been practicing. Meaning that the responsibility that goes with the development of the nation lies within engineering as a driving force. We, therefore, as the practitioner of the profession, must be awoken to this responsibility, to this obligation.
Some people will say that, well, look, if Nigerians do it, it will really, the quality will be bad. No, we have good Nigerian contractors. Give them the same latitude as you give foreign contractors. Give them money to buy equipment. If Julius Baja is going to do 1 kilometer of road for you, he will build inside his course new excavator, new rollers, new everything. And of course, they will pass him. But if Nigeria is going to do it, they will now be pegging and pegging. So what do you expect? So the quality will be impinged. So we should really do the right thing if we want to really get Nigerians to be fully engaged and get value.
At the end of the day, discussions here created a platform for developed public policy awareness and a reminder that the role of engineering as the driver of innovation, social and economic development in Nigeria cannot be overemphasized. Barakel Ukuta, TVC News, Lagos.
Outside Nigeria, South Africa's ruling party, the African National Congress ANC, has elected Cyril Ramaphosa as its next president. Ramaphosa, who is the party and country's deputy president, had a tight contest against the former African Union Commission's chairman, Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma. Only about 200 votes separated the two candidates at the 54th National Conference of the ANC on Monday. Ramaphosa succeeds President Jacob Zuma, who will still remain in his position as president if not recalled by his party until the 2019 presidential and parliamentary elections.
Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma received 2261 votes, and Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa received 2440 votes.
We're going to get jobs, we're going to get the house RDP. Yeah, I think life is going to be better in that way.
Cyril Ramaphosa is the winner. Most of the provinces, they voted for him. I think he's the best candidate, ma'am, to be honest with you.
Whoever wins an ANC election becomes an ANC president. The ANC is not the government. It is a political party. So the question here is, do we feel that the government as it stands right now is suddenly going to discover new momentum of facilitating job creation and really boosting the economy? I'm not particularly sure, because we are stuck with the same government that we had yesterday for at least the next 18 months. He might, on the ground within the ANC party, then start putting a platform in place, a new manifesto that then says for the next election, this is how we're going to do things differently. But as far as South Africa is concerned, yesterday will be the same as tomorrow.
U.S. President Donald Trump has announced a new national security strategy, stressing his America First message and envisioning countries in constant competition. Well, this is the 17th of its kind since the former Reagan administration began to submit the report to the U.S. Congress in 1987. In a speech delivered in Ronald Reagan Building and International Trade Center on Monday, Trump said the report, which has been developed for over a year, features principled realism and focuses on 4 themes, namely protecting the homeland, promoting American prosperity, demonstrating peace through strength, and advancing American influence in an ever-competitive world. The U.S. president said this strategy recognizes that the U.S. is engaged in a new era of competition. He said the U.S. should accept that vigorous military, economic, and political contests are playing out all around the world. He also vehemently criticized the perceived failures of his predecessors. And finally, on TVC News, all is now set for the 2017 Calabar Carnival in Cross River State. More than 20 countries are expected this year. The annual spectacle will witness an array of top artists who will thrill millions of tourists in attendance. Asukwa James reports.
There's a special place, bright as the morning sun.
It's another time to experience the beauty of nature and culture. Calabar Carnival, Africa's biggest street party, is ready to host the world to the best of entertainment. The yearly month-long festival in Cross River State has been the melting point of Africa's hospitality, giving tourists the opportunity to visit different historic sites and bask in nature's raw beauty. The theme for this year's Calabar Carnival is migration, and the organizers' promise is going to be a festival to remember as the competing bands showcase their talent.
So there's the Formula K this year. There is, the biker show is already there. The International Carnival is already there. Those were new additions in the last 3-4 years that have done very well, because like the International Carnival brings in over 20 countries, and so it's exciting to see how other people, recreate or translate the theme of the carnival. This year also, the theme is different, migration. So you're going to be seeing the 5 bands try to translate this theme, migration, which is a focal discussion point even internationally.
With millions of tourists expected from 25 countries, the organizers have assured that security will be top-notch.
Sure, all the security infrastructure is behind it. The Army, the Navy, the police, and the special units that have been assigned. So I know that there've been lots of meeting and collaborations with these government agencies to ensure that there is peace and there is people feel at home and they're not feeling insecure.
Having done with the Royal Dry Run, the People's Paradise is now set to host the world to its warm hospitality and display its rich culture.
Welcome to Carnival Calabar. Yeah, we live in peace and feel the music, feel the bass. People dancing everywhere.
The Calabar Carnival is like a fine wine. It gets better every year. But with that, we wrap it up on TVC News this hour. Thank you for watching, but you can get updates on our website. It's tvcnews.tv. You can also follow us and track news stories on all our social media platforms. The handle is @tvcnewsng. Thank you for watching. I am Azeezat Olaoluwa. Bye for now. Here